You're watching Virginia This Morning.
This segment is sponsored by Davis & Green Electrical.
Davis & Green Electrical does it all, whether it's big or small, commercial or residential. They recently partnered up with Bill Chapman Enterprises to complete their newest project that's creating a buzz around town. Greg Green is back with us along with Bill Chapman. Good to see you both.
Thanks for having us.
I'm pretty excited about this. This is a project you took on, and it's actually in a neighborhood that kind of backs up to my very first house I ever owned, which was on Mulberry Street, and you're right there in Floyd Avenue.
It's been a great experience, and the neighborhood's been very welcoming of our project, and it's turned out to be a great success.
When I heard what you were doing with this, I wondered how the neighborhood would react, because these are not the classic-looking houses that you would see in the Fan. Is that correct?
That's correct. So this is more representative of fine architecture today, and our approach to this was the Fan is Richmond's home for fine period architecture, and that's exactly what we are. We are fine architecture representative of what fine architecture is today. So while we don't look like what's there, we did take a material palette that's very similar to what exists. We have a wood-sided home with masonry. That area of Floyd Avenue has more wood-sided homes than any area in the Fan. They match scale, size, and so we paid attention to detail, and the neighborhood was very welcoming.
Yeah, and I bet they were welcome when they see the finished product. But at first, you got to go and you say, here's what we're going to do. Explain what you just told us. And so we're going to take this, and we're going to use a lot of materials that you see in the neighborhood, but we're going to give it, the modern touch.
That's right. So instead of lap-sided painted wood that you would see on traditional homes from 100 years ago, we've used tongue and groove cedar that is clear-coated. So we show the brilliance of fine wood today as you would see in today's architecture versus what was done 100 years ago. But still same wood, and again, scale and size of what's appropriate for the neighborhood.
And the layouts on the inside, tell us about that.
A little different than what you would typically see in an older home that are typically cut up into different rooms. This is a more modern approach, so you have open living, dining, and kitchen. We have ground floor master suites, which are very important to home buyers today. A lot of our bathrooms, especially in our master room, do not have a bathtub. We find that many people don't take baths anymore. They'd rather have a large walk-in shower with glass doors and multiple nozzles. It's almost like a car wash for people. So,
sounds like I would like to move back in the old neighborhood, but are there any available at this point?
No, we started marketing towards the beginning of 2014, and we sold all 6 before sheetrock went up. So. Very strong demand for the product, and again, it's in a great location. We're 4 blocks from Carytown, we're 4 blocks from VMFA, and design-wise, there's really nothing else that's like us.
Yeah. Greg, you got involved with this. Obviously, that had to be pretty exciting to work in a historic neighborhood, do something that's fresh and new, but still honors the past. At the same time.
Absolutely. Well, Bill is building a high-performance product. One of his core values is sustainability. That's one of Davis & Green's core values. Being able to build responsibly and leave a legacy for our future is very important for Davis & Green and for Bill as well. So it's cool to be a part of that.
When I lived in a neighborhood, every once in a while, we'd have people come by, classes from VCU and other people come by, and they were looking at architecture, and they were doing period architecture, and there's so much in that part of town. And to have something that's, say, 50 years from now, somebody's going to come through and look and say, look what they did in 2014 and 2015, and look how it fits in the neighborhood now. It's got to be exciting for you.
Well, it is. And look, there are 2 approaches to doing new buildings in historic neighborhoods. There's one approach of trying to replicate the past, and there's the other that, again, pays attention to scale and mass and materials, but again, is representative of what's being done during that specific time. And again, we think the Fan is Richmond's home for fine period architecture, and we want that to happen 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. People will come back and
this period.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, very good. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Sold it out immediately, almost.
Yes, it was a very successful project, and we'd love to do more, but finding land in the Fan is not a easy task.
Looks like I missed the boat. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Great job. Greg, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Folks, you have seen what we're talking about. All 6 homes have been spoken for. You can admire them from afar, though. These ultra-sleek row houses are located in the 2000 block of Floyd Avenue. Learn more about Bill Chapman Enterprises by visiting BillChapmanENT.com or call 405-6789. And be sure to visit dgelectrical.com for a full list of services provided by our friends at Davis & Green. You can also call them at 231-9684, and now we'll send it over to you.
Thanks, Bill. Here's what's going